If you're watching us from the office while answering emails, eating breakfast, writing a report, and listening to a conference call, you might be a workaholic. More than 1,000 people responded to a new CBSThisMorning.com survey. 38% say they fit that label, and that alarms Tony Schwartz. He's the founder and CEO of the Energy Project, a company hired by Fortune magazine, just named it one of the top consulting and professional service companies for workers. Tony, welcome back to Studio 57.
Good to see you both. Did you consult this morning on
the purple? I don't know.
Well, I would be flattered if we did.
I'm working hard looking at this outfit.
Yeah,
that's pretty impressive, Tony.
All right, we only got a little bit of time. Let's get to work.
What's the difference between a workaholic and someone who works hard?
A workaholic is someone who does it compulsively, who can't not work, who feels very uncomfortable at any point where they're not, and who has difficulty, relaxing, and it affects the parts of their lives that aren't about work.
Well, what's wrong with being a workaholic or working? Yeah.
Well, I was just simply to say then if that's true, then I might have thought of myself as a workaholic, but by that definition, I don't. Because I can work hard and play hard with equal passion.
Yeah, I don't know, knowing how much time you spend on camera, I don't know how much time you have to do that, but 40% of people say they're
Well, by the way, this is play as well.
I get it, that you love what you do. But the reality is that to imagine that 40% of people say that they are a workaholic, that they're workaholics. Imagine if somebody said, 40% said they're alcoholics or they are drug addicts. An addiction is an addiction, and it takes a insidious toll.
58% say they always multitask at work. You say that's also a sign of workaholism. Why?
I don't know if it's necessarily a sign of workaholism. It's a sign of inefficiency because the brain can't do two things at the same time cognitively. So what you do is you switch between tasks very, very quickly. But what happens is it takes you longer to do your work, and you do it at a lower quality when you multitask.
But isn't everybody different? I mean, some people can need to work on multiple things at the same time, and others can focus for longer?
No one can literally multitask. When you're doing one thing, so Charlie's now checking his email, that means he can't listen to what I'm saying. He has no idea what I just said.
Scheduling the show for tonight.
Yeah. Actually, Charlie,
just trying to get your attention.
You got it. You got it.
What if our survey found that 87% of people put more energy into work than their personal lives?
Well, what does that tell you about the world we live in? I mean, it's wonderful that people, if people put time into their work because they care deeply about what they do, but the reality is that we are multidimensional, and to give up relationship for work is a pretty big cost. It's a stupid thing. Yeah. And so I think it's a conspiracy between employers who love the idea that they can get more out of people, thinking that more hours will actually lead to more productivity, which it does not. What leads to more productivity is having more energy when you're actually working, and then regularly refueling your energy. So moving rhythmically between spending energy and recovering energy is more productive, healthier, and higher quality in terms of the work you do.
Moving rhythmically. We like that. Sounds good, right? So basically, it is not more hours, it is more intensely.
Yeah.
Or more smartly.
Yeah, intensely for short periods of time. 90 minutes is the longest that a human being can focus intensely on one thing. At the end of 90 minutes, if you don't take a break, your productivity and your focus are going to drop dramatically.
Does that mean we have to shorten the show to only an hour and a half?
The show's 2 hours.
Yeah, well, there are these breaks during the show, so people get up.
That's true, okay.
Yeah.
And naps are good, too. That'll make you perform at a better level.
I know that Charlie is a major proponent of naps, yeah.
And meditation.
Charlie, you're changing in your later years here.
I believe those things.